Hello, my darling friends. Jenny Lee here. And it is time for weekly review in the life of an ADHD CEO. So, as usual, there's always some kind of, I don't want to say drama because it's not drama, it's just a lot of kind of unusual events happening. But anyway, as you know, I also reimagine homes, so I'm working on a project right now. And as is typical, things are not quite going along as we originally planned because I think I mentioned to you in last week's session that there was a problem with the structure of the building anyway. We repaired that issue that it caused inside, and so that caused a delay in getting some things done. Well, that's fine, but in the process, I also live the flexible life, which means that I put my home on Airbnb, and so when someone needs my home, I leave and let them have use of my home. And this is an additional way of making money and affording to be able to travel and visit and spend time with family and do various business interests. So anyway, so someone wants my home for a month, and in our particular area, the laws are such that it has to be a monthly thing in order for it to be legal. Uh, there are hundreds of people in my area that don't know that, and they're operating Airbnbs illegally. Anyway, another topic, another day. But so someone wanted to check in to my house on Thursday. So that meant that I needed to pack up, which my daughter is visiting for an extended period of time. And her daughter is also coming to stay with us over the weekend. So it's more than just me and my husband. Typically, it's just me and my husband doing these crazy antics. But anyway, so we were ready to pack up and do that, except for the townhouse I'm working on wasn't quite ready for us to occupy. So that meant we had to put it off to the day of the guest arriving, which just added a tremendous amount of stress. So we had to pack up our belongings, and that sounds more simple than it is. But that also means we have to pack the entire refrigerator, clean it out, and freezer, clean it out. Pack up the pantry, clean it out. The house has to be perfectly clean, like hotel clean, not the kind of cleaning you do in your normal everyday house cleaning. No, it has to be perfect. Like I have a jetted tub, and so all the jets have to be meticulously cleaned. So it is stressful. And the normal team that I have used for years has moved, and so I'm trying to find new team members for cleaning and prepping and things like that. And so I have a girl that I tried once, and she did an okay job, and I thought I would use her again. Well, she wasn't available, and it was short notice. So guess what? Anytime you own a business, you have to be willing to step in and do that work yourself. So always remember that any kind of business you're thinking about getting into, unless you're willing to do that work, do not own the business. So that meant that we all had to pitch in and do all of the cleaning, all of the packing, all of the prepping. And so we did that. However, when we got to the townhome, it was not ready. I had movers scheduled to bring in the staging furniture, and so the staging furniture is the wonderful thing that allows us to go stay in a property while it's on the market for sale, while we're rehabbing it, and also is a benefit so that when I have my flexible life events happening, that gives us another place to stay. Um, So anyway, um, the townhouse wasn't quite ready yet. So I had to really impress upon my contractor that it was deadline period, no stretching it, no changing it. So basically, we have some air mattresses that we all stayed on. I even have a air sofa, blow up sofa. So we did that for a night, and like I said, that included my daughter, my grown daughter, and her child. So that made it a lot more difficult because they're not used to this. Yeah, these girls don't do camping, and certainly not indoor type camping, roughing it, so to speak. Come on, it's not really roughing it. But anyway, um, and mind you, I'm not a camper, like go out in the wilderness kind of camper, but glamping, yes, sure. Anyway, I digress. But anyway, we endured for a night. We had one working toilet downstairs, no hand washing water. So we had the toilet upstairs that did have a sink. That's what we had. But the next day, I had scheduled the countertops to be installed. You know things don't always go as planned on flips, you know that. Anyway, so the countertop guy gets here and he looks at my cabinets, which we've already removed the countertops and it's ready and prepped for him. And he points out that this little peninsula that I have is not level, it's not straight, it's crooked. Putting the countertops on would make them not even on each side. Kind of hard to explain, but anyway, so we had a problem. And so I was doing countertops that were pre-cut, and then he was going to fabricate them and put them in. Anyway, bottom line is we have decided that we had to go with a custom countertop, and guess what? That meant we had no countertops. So there would be no kitchen counters, no kitchen sink. And mind you, we still have a powder room with no sink. Yeah, challenge. Challenge, yes, it's a challenge. But anyway, that's okay because challenges were meant to be overcome. And it helps when you have awesome people on your team who will make the extra effort for you. So anyway, God bless him. My contractor said, "So you want me to take this piece of plywood we've got on the back deck and make a temporary kitchen for you and install the leftover sink?" I'm like, "And you are my new hero." So believe it or not, that is what he did. Yes, he did. He made a temporary kitchen, and this is hilarious. And I'm going to do a video of this. It's hilarious. But anyway, that means we have a functional kitchen. It is beautiful? No, it's not beautiful, but it is functional. So function over beauty is more important. And there are times that this is what you have to decide for, your living environment, right? So, and the good news is we did get the furniture in. You can see one of my favorite headboards right behind me. I love this piece. I love it. It's a Horchow piece that I got from my daughter. My daughter's an interior designer, and this is just one of my favorite pieces. I annoy the movers every time we move it by telling them how important it is, and if they were to crack the glass, it's not plain glass, it'd be hard to replace, yada yada yada. Anyway, I just have to explain to them it's not a normal piece of furniture. So we normally wrap it, and then shrink wrap it, and all that. So, but anyway, it's here. It's beautiful. I'm so happy it's here. And this happens to be the room that we're staying in for this little visit, and it's going to be for at least a month. And because we're going to finish up this townhome and get it put on the market, get it photographed and ready for show. So that's what's been going on for this week for me. And yesterday was taking all the boxes and stuff for the staging and putting it kind of where it needed to go, sort of an unpacking. It's really just like moving. It's just like moving into a house. So I was sorting and placing boxes and things where they belonged, and we did get a dining room set up, and we got the living room set up. We got a pretty vignette with a console set up, and you're going to see pictures of this place, and it's beautiful. It's charming. Of course it is. My daughter is the designer, and she is amazing. She truly is one of the most incredible designers, and I say this truthfully, in this country. She is incredible. Anyway, so that's where we are. Today is Sunday, so I'm going to chill a little bit and do my Sunday planning so that next week I can get back to work and start tackling these projects and move on to next week's adventures. So I hope you have a fabulous day. Mwah.